So maybe you're a teacher seller watching this and you want to be a millionaire, or you want to make six figures, or you just want to make a lot of money eventually. If you don't know, I would love to be a millionaire one day. And there are definitely certain habits and things that you have to do in order to get there. And I will say the number one key to being a millionaire, because I've read a lot of research and a lot of articles, and the main article I'm going to be talking about today, I'm going to link underneath, and they all come back to the fact that millionaires are masters at habits. They're masters at implementing habits. They're masters at keeping up with their habits and adjusting them over time. But if they can't get a handle on how to actually do habits and keep things going and consistently do habits, then it's just never going to reach your goals. So if you're already not that great at habits, I do have a habit stacking video that's really great. That'll help you ease into creating habits. And so I'll link that video down below. But in today's video, we are going to be really looking at this article that came out a couple of years ago that everybody follows. And it's about 17 millionaire habits that you should be implementing into your daily routine in order to eventually become a millionaire. And some of these I completely agree with. Some of these I couldn't care less for, and so we're not going to spend as much time on the ones that I don't care for. So we're just going to talk about the ones that I really think make a difference when it comes to being on your journey to being a millionaire. And no, I am not a millionaire, but I'm doing these habits and I'm making a lot more money. So I think that it actually works. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. So don't know me, my name's Randy Barton. I'm an elementary music teacher and middle school musical theater teacher in Central Florida. I made this channel because I am also a teacherpreneur productivity mentor who helps teacher sellers master their time and energy while scaling their business so that they can ditch the hustle and grind, break up with busy, and stop sacrificing their mental health. And on Sundays, we do productivity videos like today, and Wednesday we do teacher seller videos with the whole goal around it being to help you work less and make more. Because if you're working all the time and you're not getting to actually enjoy the fruits of your labor, then there's really no point in having your side business. Now, is there? All right, but like I said, let's dive into the top millionaire habits that you should be implementing into your daily routine. So the first two habits I actually definitely agree with. I do both of them, and I definitely think that they are helpful. And the first one is to read for 30 minutes a day. According to this article, 88% of millionaires read at least for 30 minutes a day. But they are not just reading things for pleasure. So they're not reading things like Payback's a Witch, even though I'm so excited to start reading this book. They are reading things more like Built to Last by Jim Collins, Successful Habits of Visionary Companies, which I'm actually excited to really start reading that. But typically they fall into three categories they read every day. Biographies of successful people, self-help books, and personal development books. So definitely start adding books like this into your repertoire, but you can also have books like this in your repertoire. Start reading for 30 minutes a day. Definitely read for 30 minutes a day. Another one that they love to do that I also agree with 100% is to exercise for 30 minutes a day. 76% of millionaires do this. And it could be anything, just from taking a walk, to running, to jogging, to doing circus like me. It's actually really good for your brain for exercise because exercising increases glucose in your brain, and glucose is just brain fuel. So the more you fuel your brain, the more that it's going to grow, and the smarter you're going to become. So I definitely recommend finding some type of way to add exercising into your schedule, even if you're like, I'm not a big exercise person. It helps grow your brain and it makes you feel a lot better. Anytime that I exercise, I feel restored, I feel energized, I feel ready to take on the day. I don't know, it releases like oxytocin and all these other happy dopamine and all these other happy hormones in your mind. And so definitely take the time to exercise. You won't regret it. Okay, now we're going to get to a few that I agree with and a few that I don't. So the next one is that millionaires will hang out with successful people. And I've actually heard this said a couple of times before, that how successful you are going to be is an average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. So I want you to take a minute and think about the 5 people you hang out with the most. Do they have the same goals as you? Are they encouraging you in their endeavors? Are they bringing you down? There have definitely been points where the 5 people that I hang out with the most are definitely encouraging me, and times when the 5 people the most are definitely not. And so that's something to think about, is who are you keeping company with? Are you keeping company with goal-oriented, successful people that want the same endeavors and want the same things in life as you? If not, you might want to consider how long you're spending time with other people and find the people that are going to build you up instead of inevitably bring you down. Another millionaire habit that people do is that they volunteer, because there's this whole saying that if you want to receive, you have to be able to give first. I know, super cliche, all of that stuff, but a lot of millionaire people will end up volunteering in some kind of form. Now, I'm not going to say that this is like make or break. I do not do any volunteer work. I would love to. I just don't have time right now. I don't think that's the end all be all, but that's definitely something to consider to get yourself into the mentality that in order to receive all of that good vibes, you also have to give it back out into the world. The next two I 100% agree with, and I do it all the time. The next habit that millionaires do is dream setting and scripting. So they're basically scripting what their ideal future is going to look like. You're defining your future life. You're imagining if all of your wildest dreams came true, and you're writing it down and speaking it into fruition. I do that every single day. I don't have my planner with me, but I write down, I have these sets of goals that I have that are way off in the future. And I also have dreams of like things that I want to be able to do in the future. And I write them down every day. They're on my vision board up there so that when I'm looking at them, I can actually start to visualize them, because visualization and manifestation is a big part of changing your life. I could not stress that enough. Maybe we could have a video on that specifically, but definitely start dream setting and thinking about what the future could hold for you. And no possibility is too big. And the one that goes right alongside with that with millionaire habits is that they pursue their goals, which we all know I'm very heavy on goal setting. And I'm going to actually be doing a goal setting video series very, very soon over here on this channel. So stay tuned. I do have some goal videos already. I'll link those underneath this video. But they don't just sit on the sidelines. They don't pursue goals that they think others would want from them. They pursue the goals that they actually want to, and they're writing them down daily and tracking their progress. And so that all goes back down to breaking your goals into smaller and actionable tasks, which we've definitely talked about on this channel before. So we'll definitely talk more about that soon. But if you don't know where to start with that, just sit down and write the goals that you want for the next 3 months, and then see how you can break them down from there. But when you actually start trying to pursue your goals, that's where the success happens. The next two habits, one of them I highly agree with, one of them not so much. So the next one is that millionaires, at least 89% of millionaires, sleep for 7 hours a night. I agree with that 100%. I think sleep fuels all of productivity, and we've talked about that before. That's what my main course, the Batching Breakdown, which will be opening soon, talks all about, is how sleep ties productivity all together. So if you're not getting a good amount of sleep, then you're actually hindering your productivity. Now, I will say, if you cannot get 7 hours of sleep a night, have a consistent sleep schedule. If you're only going to get 6 every day. If you're going to go to bed at 8 every day, go to bed at 8 every day. Don't go to bed at 8 today and then 10 tomorrow and then 11 the next day. That's going to throw off your entire sleep schedule. So if you get nothing else from this video, this one is very important. Choose your sleep schedule and make it consistent. I promise that alone will help in your productivity, and we're going to have future videos on that really soon, because I could tell a bunch of stuff about that. And the other habit that I don't agree with is that at least 50% of millionaires have stated that they wake up really early. They wake up at least 3 hours before their workday begins, and that's when they're the most productive. And I agree with that to an extent. I do agree that waking up early could help you be more productive, like especially if you have kids and your kids wake up at 7 and you wake up at 5, you get 2 hours without them and you get stuff done. However, not everybody's brain works like that. Not everybody is an early bird. Not everybody can focus at 5 in the morning. I can't do it. There are 4 different chronotypes, which this is the main bulk of my batching breakdown. Bears, lions, wolves, and dolphins. And dolphins are insomniacs, and they just work at odd hours. Bears rise and fall with the sun, like me, and so I'm not actually best at thinking until about 2 to 3 hours after I've woken up. So at about 8, I'm good to go. Lions are our early bird people, the people that can like get up at 4 and be ready to go. And then wolves are our late people. They wake up at like 10 or 11 and they actually do their best thinking at night at like 9, 10, 11 at night. So I don't actually agree with this one, because there's not that many people that can wake up that early and actually be able to like focus in on what they're supposed to do. So I don't think that one is a make or break. I think it's more important to find out what time of the day is your most productive time of day, and make sure that you're working on your business or whatever you need to be doing to help you be successful and become a millionaire. You should be doing that. So take that one with a grain of salt for sure. Now, this next habit is probably one of the biggest ones for how millionaires become millionaires, and it's that they have multiple sources of income. At least 65% of them have 3 sources of income, and this includes extra things like real estate, stock market, and investing in a side business. So I have at least, I believe, multiple sources of income. I use Etsy, I have my TPT shop, I have my productivity coaching, and then I also actually have my music teacher, like, job in real life, and my circus one. So I have 5 streams of income. So it's really important to start dipping into what other sources of income can you do, so that TPT is not your only one, if that's what it is for teacher seller stuff. I mean, obviously, you're also probably a full-time teacher, most of us, and so you have at least 2 streams of income. So definitely start thinking about different sources of income that you could be including into your business, because the more sources of income you have, the more opportunities you have to make money. It's really just that simple. Okay, we're on number 11 out of 17. We are getting there, friends. Okay, so the next millionaire habit that they do is they invest and seek in mentors. And I have varying opinions on this. I think mentors are helpful once you actually already kind of have an idea of what you're doing. I don't think that you should immediately go out and find a mentor when you don't have an idea of like how your business works, how it operates, what you're doing, what your goals are. I think that's just a waste of your money. I think mentors are important once you already have the path ahead of you. You already have been trying some things that either have been working or haven't been working. So for example, I'm in a mastermind / incubator with Alyssa McDonald from Teacher Hustle University. It's called the Second Salary Society, and the goal is to give us 6 different strategies within our business that if we do consistently, it'll help us generate $100K a year. And that's really helpful and something I'm definitely interested in. And so I've joined this mastermind, but I already am making like 4-figure months in my TPT shop, and I'm already like starting to see success on like YouTube and like people buying stuff when they watch my videos and like all this other stuff. And so I'm not just And I wouldn't have just invested in that if I had no proof in the pudding, is what I mean. And you don't want to be spending more than you're making when you're starting out. So mentors are definitely important in helping you on your journey, but you have to make sure you know what you want and make sure that they are going to be able to provide what you want before you invest in a mentor. Another habit that millionaires do is they help others succeed. If you know how to get to where other people are wanting to go, if you're helping them along the way, first, that's really great juju and that's really great vibes helping you, but that's just also going to help you be better at succeeding, because if you're able to explain your process and how you do things and help others get there along the way, then you're going to be able to continue to do that as you go, and people are going to be able to do the same as you, and you're going to be able to absorb it and move up another level. So that's what I do in my productivity coaching, is I definitely help my clients be able to be as productive as I am, because I teach what helped me get there. But I don't just teach it and tell them to go do it. I'm teaching them, but having them figure it out in their own way, because our knowledge is not that great. If all you're doing is teaching and repeating what you did, they're just going to be little mini copies of you, and we don't want that. So definitely think about how can you help others succeed in where you are at currently. And if you don't think that you're succeeding where you're at currently, I probably doubt it. I'm sure there's something you can find about yourself that you are doing well. Another habit that millionaires do is that they think positively. Long-term success is only really possible when you have a positive outlook on life. And I do think, of course, they're probably a little more positive because they actually, are making money and they feel good about themselves. But I think it just comes down to being grateful for the things that you have, because when you are a millionaire, yeah, sure, you're probably still going to have like money issues. You're probably going to still have all of these other things, but being able to sit down and acknowledge like, wow, I made a lot of money this year, or I am able to do this with my family. I'm able to spend more time with my family. I'm able to take my family on a vacation. I'm able to schedule myself a spa day. Like, actually just taking gratitude in the things that you have and what you're successful about will help with your positive outlook on life. So just have a positive attitude. Positive attitude. Another habit that millionaires have is that they don't follow the herd. That one's kind of self-explanatory. They don't blend in with everyone else. They don't try to do the exact same thing that everyone else is doing. Otherwise, they wouldn't be millionaires. So start to question, how can you be outside the box in what you're doing in life? How can you just change it up and, do something different that no one's ever done before, or at least find the gap. Like for me, in TPT, I always try to find the gap of like where people have not made products that I know are important that could make a lot of money. And then that's what happens. I make a lot of money because I find those gap products. So don't follow the herd. Another habit that millionaires have is that they have good etiquette. And by that, it's just simple things like sending thank yous, acknowledging things like weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, eating politely, having table manners, dressing appropriately, saying please and thank you. It's nothing too crazy, yet a lot of people don't do that anymore. And good etiquette is like hard to come by. So make sure that you're having good etiquette. Make sure you're being polite to people and respectful and all of those things, because millionaires have if you have a better like etiquette mindset, then you're just going to be seen more respectively by people. People are going to hold you to a higher standard. They're going to think more highly of you, and you thinking more highly of yourself is definitely going to help you on your way to being a millionaire. We are on the last 3 habits. Another really important habit for millionaires is that they seek feedback. And the number one reason that we get scared to seek feedback is because we are afraid of criticism. I 100% am like this. When people give me criticism, I feel like they're judging me as a person and they think I'm terrible. But no, most of the time they genuinely want to help me be better. And so I need to allow them to give me the feedback. So the number one thing that millionaires can do is get feedback when you're messing up, when you have a question, and people are able to like help you, especially people that know more than you. Take it and don't think that it's like them attacking you. It's them trying to actually help you better yourself. So start to seek feedback and actively ask for feedback. Don't be afraid of the criticism that might come with it. Take the feedback. You're not going to grow without it. Another one that's kind of self-explanatory is that they take 15 to 30 minutes a day to think just quietly to themselves or brainstorm. You kind of do that already in things that you do daily, like if you're in the car and you listen to a podcast, or if you're in the shower, or if you just woke up and you're taking 30 minutes to just like eat your coffee or drink your coffee and sit there and eat breakfast. So you can just add that already, but really it just means brainstorming, thinking about your day, thinking about things in the future, like what sort of products could I create this month or next month to make money? What do I want my future to look like in a year? What are the things that I need to do this month in order to make my goals happen? It's really just sitting down and brainstorming with yourself for like anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes a day. It's really important to give yourself the time and the space to do so, which I definitely already do that, and most of us probably already do that. So if you're doing that already, cheers for you. And the last one that's like really self-explanatory is to never give up and never quit on your dreams. So millionaires don't give up on their dreams. Even when people say like, oh, you should just give up, or oh, this is not going to work out for you. Or when you see other, like I shared this on my story the other day, when you see other YouTubers bashing other YouTubers and saying, oh, well, they're not going to be around in like 30 years anyway. Don't listen to those people. Don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to anybody like that. Do what you're supposed to do and keep on going with it. Even when people don't encourage or support you, even when you're feeling like a failure yourself, keep on going. The proof is in the pudding. The people that are still around, think about it. Think about friends of yours that have businesses. 5 years from now, are they still around? Are you still around? I would hope the answer is that you're still around. So don't give up, my friends. And that's all of the millionaire habits I have for you. Now, the ones that I definitely say are the most important that I read, I'm just going to go through this super quick, is reading for 30 minutes a day, exercising for 30 minutes a day, checking out with which people you hang out with the most, sleeping at least either 7 hours a night or being consistent with your sleep schedule, having multiple sources of income, working at the time that is best for you to focus, not waking up early, dream setting and goal setting. Of course, that's super important. I think investing in a mentor is important, but you don't have to do that right now. But seek feedback, give yourself time to think and brainstorm, have a positive outlook, and don't give up on your dreams. I know there were other ones, but those are the ones that I feel are the most important for successful millionaires. I would love to know if there's any habits that you do that I did not mention that you could put in the comments below that you think really are helping you be in a more successful mindset to eventually be a millionaire. Hopefully one day I can film one of these videos and say how I became a millionaire because I'm a millionaire. We're gonna get there, friends. That's the mindset I'm choosing to have. I hope this video was helpful and that it's able to help you start to think of a couple of habits that you could start including into your everyday that are gonna help you get to where you wanna be in life. But with that, I'm gonna let you go. I've gotta go hang out with my son and do some other stuff before I have to get ready for work. And so I love you all. I'll see you on Wednesday, which I cannot remember what the video of the week is. So you will just have to stay tuned next week to find out. All right, guys, bye.